YouTube, today we're coming at you with another fun best of one deck. This is Mono Blue Devotion, focusing around getting tons of mana out of Nyx Lotus and having big devotion to blue. So once we have our devotion to blue up, we're going to be using that mana that we generate to play out Alrund's Epiphany, to play out Seagate Restoration, to draw tons of cards off of Gadwick. And in order to take advantage of those extra turns that we're getting, those big tempo swings, we have things like Faceless Haven, so we can animate that, get 4 damage in every extra turn that we get, running some Brazen Borrowers to bounce stuff. Gadwick can help tap down our opponent's things while we're copying our spells and taking extra turns, so that we get to have an open opponent, right? They have no blockers, we get to attack with our Havens, our Gadwicks, our Raven tokens, right? And then we're also running Manifestation Sage. This is another fun one that got dropped in Strixhaven. It does give 4 pips of blue devotion, so it is a nice boon to our Nyx Lotus mana, and it also gives us another creature that we can help pummel our opponents with. And a couple of unsung heroes that I've mentioned yet in the deck are Corridor Monitor and Kelpie Guide, right? So these two are untap effects. They can untap our Nyx Lotus, letting us get all sorts of gross amounts of mana. And Kelpie Guide, once you get enough lands as well, can also help tap down your opponent's things to clear the way for big attacks. So that's the deck. Let's see how it plays. Okay, we go first. We have a pretty nice devotion curve here. Manifestation Sage is looking a bit awkward just because I have a lot of things I'm going to be playing before it. But that's okay. We have something we can do with the mana though. We can just play Gadwick for a ton. No turn 3 play, probably. Okay, opponent, they're taking a mulligan. That's a good sign for us. Okay, catch Rhea Triangle. Opponent is stunned. They don't know what's going on. Play an Innkeeper. Okay, so they're probably old Teamer Adventures. Which is kind of annoying because of the Nyx Lotus. We want that to stay on the board. I think because of that, I'm just going to Manifestation Sage now. Try to get them to play out any of their petty thefts. I guess they could stomp the Sage if they might have some inclination. I'm going for devotion. Okay. Yeah, so they did have the Brazen Borrower. So you don't get time locked per se, but they do take our token, which is a bit annoying. So interesting too that this list isn't running Obosh. So they could have even CMC things. Of which, I know some lists used to run like Questing Beasts. That was an even CMC thing that was pretty good in Teamer. I think it might have fallen out of fashion these days. Right. Play the Snuggford Island. On this attack for 2. They don't block. 2 to them. Play Nyx Lotus. Now the one card they're going to have to exile is a land, so they're going to get to ramp here into something. Potentially. They could ramp into a 5 or 6, depending on if they hit their land drop in this turn. But if they don't, we are poised to have an explosive turn. Gadwicking for a whole bunch. We also have like an Epiphany in hand we already know about. There's that too. Start laying down the beats. Use red with their land. They do have 6 mana now available. It is potentially scary. Okay, they stomp the Sage. First we lose some devotion. Play out Bone Crusher, they draw a card. Okay. Alright. They have something for 1 mana up still. Okay. Well, that is something, isn't it? We can potentially get a couple of turns here, but I think we just draw 5. Gadwick. Get that extra mana going. Okay. So Seagate Restoration is interesting. Next turn we play a land, we have 7. We go Teach, Epiphany. One has a great edge. They're going to be gaining 2 life a turn, but if they don't get another turn, then hey, we'll be be doing some work. E for 4, sure. No blocks. So I do have to be careful of like Mystical Dispute or something. They could have that. I know some lists do run it. Nyx Lotus though, or rather Corridor Monitor, is a nut draw, no doubt. We'll tap the Innkeeper, I guess. I was going to be playing these before combat, and I wanted to do that because I want to get Pledge Mage in for another attack. Then I would try to tap one of their lands, and then they would have to tap it, and we could change phases so lose the mana. But we'll only tap the Nyx Lotus. Yeah, I think we just Seagate Resto. Now we'll tap down there. Henge. Draw 6 cards. No hand size. That's the dream. We'll go to combat. Hit them for 6. Okay, they lose their mana. Okay. Then we can... I guess we do another one of these monitors, so we'll play another one. Tap. Plot this, I guess. Teach. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. And let's give me those birds. Let's have an epiphany. This is the dream right here, ladies and gentlemen. Just flash in Brazen Borrower. This game is over. Alright. Look at that, it's not a chance. I don't know, I feel bad now, but hey, when you're going off, you're going off. Make sure I don't deck myself here. Alright. And stuffed to the gills. Opponent dead. Multiple extra turns later. And we get there. Okay, we go first. We have a Seagate Resto, plenty of 2-drops. That's his Oracle even, so we can do some scrying. I think we will start with good old Seagate Reborn as a land opponent to the forest. Okay, and in order to ensure I get to, more mana, do some scrying now. Yeah, we'll put both on top. I'm gonna play a Cariated. Oh, it's only 1 on top? Oh, okay. Rarely is Oracle cast when not comboing. I guess we'll go to combat and swing for 1. Is this? It's not legendary. Okay. Double checking. The little things are important. We're gonna play another one. Guess we're gonna take a Seagate Restoration so we can get Gadwick a cantrip next turn. Opponent ramping hard. They have 3 mana available now. They play Cultivate. They are ramping super duper hard. Kind of scared of what's going to happen over there. I swing on in for 2 damage. Gadwick for 1. Another land. A lot of devotion. Much else going on. Opponent plays a Beanstalk Giant and a Faceless Haven. Run that out now. I guess this is just a blue spell. You get to tap something of theirs. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just kind of like race. Hit them for 5. Pass. Saving Corridor Monitor for a rainy day. If you get like a Nyx Lotus, you can do some fun stuff with that untap trigger. Opponent though, Koglaying. Probably gonna snipe Gadwick if I had to guess. Yeah, Gadwick is gone. So long, Gadwick. Gaddy boy. But it still has 3 mana up. They Devouring Tendrils to fight my Oracle. Okay, it's an aggressive play. Looking for 6. Blocks. Okay, find Omen of the Sea. This new tapping, or this new spell slinging is not ideal. Okay, none of my things are artifacts yet, or enchantments, so Kogla's not going to get any destruction going on. I want to make sure that. Don't have any Nyx fields yet. We hit 3 lands off of the card draw from Gadwick. Not what we want to see. Not ideal here. Opponent plays In Search of Greatness. Karuga. You get to draw 2 cards. Okay, Woeful Haven. Attack. Don't. Okay, they only attack with 1. Chump with the Oracle. Kelpie Guide. It's gonna be nice. Can tap down some of their attackers. They only have 3 that can really kind of get in now. And Kruger's even questionable because we can like double block with Gadwick and Prismari Pledge Mage. Opponent though, they keep one on top with their Scry. That's a bit disconcerting, to say the least. Bonder's Enclave, okay, that's probably what they saw. Card engine for them. I would love to find, actually we're gonna Omen now. Before we get blown out. I tap down the Kogla to preserve my devotion. Let's see what we find here. Teach by example, not what we want. Oh, we got one anyway. Okay. Double block here. I think we just single block. Go to 3. Okay, we need to start getting some action now. We need to get like a Time Walk spell or something. Well, okay. We're 1 mana shy of having Teach by Example up to be able to copy it. No, we're not. No, we are not. We have Kelpie Guide to help us. Or to kelp us, as they might say. We'll tap the Cariated. So we're going to get 2 extra turns. This is fabulous. Look at this. I think we just win now because we can animate. Can animate the Haven, like, you know, over these 2 turns we're going to get. Look at that. Surprise victory here. At the 11th hour, 2 extra turns. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Mono blue, baby. Kelpie Guide coming in clutch. Oh yeah. Okay. We have an interesting curve. Pledge Mage into Borrower into Manifestation Sage twice. That is a lot of devotion. We just need to find Nyx Lotus, some card draw, and we'll be good to go. Opponent, no companion. They start with the plains. Play a Shadow Spear turn 1. This has got to be mono white. And they just changed the the way you interface with throwing out things. It's harder to kind of fling them out. So you see me struggling, you know why. It is those accursed MTGA developers. Okay, opponent though, they have a Leon and a Light Scribe going on here. I think we play a Snow-Covered Island and pass. If they attack in and play a spell or something, or if they spend their turn equipping the Shadow Spear to get in for damage, we can just bounce the Light Scribe and set them back like a turn or two. Okay, they play a World Tree, so this might be good old like Selesnya Magecraft. I've tried that before. It's a fun deck, but we do get to blow them out there. So we will just play the Manifestation Sage. We get a 3/3. Not the worst. Able to attack in with both and then play another Sage, I guess, next turn. Opponent plays a Bronzehide Lion. Okay, so we can't attack in now. Yeah, they do play at the Light Scribe. Strixhaven's interesting. So I guess we just send in the 3/3. Send in the clowns. I think they just don't block here, right? They have the spear, so they can just start swinging on in and making their thing indestructible. We're gonna have flyers though, so we can kind of race in the air. Can they actually trade here? I guess they get the lion back. So what's it do? They can have the Light Scribe being indestructible. That's okay. They want to spend their turn that way, then so be it. Plus, if we like bounce the Light Scribe later on, this works well as well. One plays or mutates a Cub Warden onto the Light Scribe. Corridor Monitor. We're one shy of casting the Epiphany. I guess we just foretell it. Pass the turn. Probably flash in the Brazen Borrower. It's not letting me do the overlay. Oh, it's because the MTGA restarted. Or they're updated, so I need to restart the client. But I did not. It's too focused on getting some games in with this deck. On living the Blue Devotion dream here. Opponent whips the Shadow Spear onto the Cub Warden. Little power buff and trample, I suppose. They're coming on in here. I think we just don't block. As for 4, we will flash on in Brazen Borrower. Okay, and we're going to play the Epiphany now and then swing out such that Pledge Mage can attack this turn. See what my opponent has to say about that. Next turn we can also animate Faceless Haven, get in for 4 more damage. They double block a Manifestation Sage. Sure. Seagate Restoration. Can't play it yet, right? Because we're 1 short. Let's just keep racing, I guess. Okay, they've had enough. Okay, opponent goes first. They're on Luris, which is scary. Probably means they're on Rogues. But we have Nyx Lotus. We have, teach by example. We start with a Bright Climb Pathway. This might be discard. Okay, so it's like Orzhov something. Well, since this looks like a potentially aggro opponent, we're going to just play it safe and play down one of our Sea Gates. If we have another one, we have something we can do with our mana. Opponent though attacks us for one. They're going to play like a hand attack card. No, Clarion Spirit. Okay. Play a Snow-Covered Island and we'll pass. Probably just bouncing the Clarion Spirit after they cast like their first spell of the turn, so that we can kind of mess up their curve, disrupt them a bit. It is possible that they play one spell and play an instant and they took the spirit out of it, but it does delay them from, well, like I said, bounce the spirit. They get to take something from my hand, though. They have a litany of options. They take the Lotus, they could take the Epiphany. That's probably the most tempting card, but there is also the Manifestation Sage, kind of a 2-for-1 there in terms of 2 creatures for the price of 4 mana. Okay, they take that. But they counter on their Savior. All right, find another Brazen Borrower. We'll play out the island. This would be nice to cast, right? I have a lot of cards at the moment. I could even like teach by example it to get in for some more. Okay, opponent though hits me for 2 more. If they play on the Clarion Spirit, or if they just got Luris to hand or something. Nope, there is the Spirit. Sure. There's something else they can do. I guess they do have the ability to sack their Selfless Savior at instant speed, so that could just be Arena giving them that. Okay, so we do get the 4 mana though, so we can stave off playing Nyx Lotus for now. Or stave off from playing Seagate Resto for now. Go to combat though, hit my opponent for 3 in the air, can't block on the ground, no point in holding it back. We get him for 3. We're just going to play this Nyx Lotus, and we're going to pray that they don't kill my Brazen Borrower in the meantime. If they don't, next turn we can Epiphany, or... yeah, we'll have to see what we want to do there. See how aggressive my opponent's curve starts getting here. Play another Spirit, okay. Might be getting kind of aggressive. The one good thing about this is I hope that they don't have much card advantage, though. Lena Night Scribe is definitely scary here. For this Orzhov Go Wide deck, it looks like. Okay, so we do get a Snow-Covered Island. We can Epiphany here. Or we could wait. I think we definitely want to play the island. So things we could do is bounce the Light Scribe with Brazen Borrower, bounce in, or flash in Borrower. Then Lotus taps for 4. The next turn we could like double teach by example. There is a fear though I just get run over. On the other hand, I don't have much mana. We need like 2 1-drops, or 2 like 1 mana spells probably to kill me. We are going to risk it for the biscuit. I guess I could have foretold the Epiphany there. That would have been smarter, no doubt. When it plays their Light Scribe, let's see how many cheap spells that they have. Let's hope it's only 1. Or none. That would be ideal. The Lash of Malice, the Brazen Borrower, buff their team. I guess they got us. Oda goes first. We have an okay starting hand. We can do some digging with Omen. We have a Prismari Pledge Mage for a blocker and for 2 pips of Devotion to Blue. Doesn't too shabby. We find a Brazen Borrower as well. We have some bouncing here. Against my opponent, who is some kind of Ors Hob, it would seem. They're doing some scrying, though. Keep one on top. I think here we're going to run out the Faceless Haven. Don't necessarily need to run out the Pledge Mage just yet. Opponent isn't being aggressive. We have a Haven. He foretells something. Perhaps a removal spell. I had to guess in these colors. Solve the Equation, I think, is good. And we'll take more mana. Because we can use Solve the Equation to find an extra turn type spell. Yeah. Do I want to do it now? Otherwise we can Omen again. Yeah, we'll just Omen again. Keep that up, I guess. It is awkward having the Haven with the Sage. We need to get to 5 mana before I can actually cast it. It's okay. Opponent playing a Birth of Meletus, getting a Snook Upper Plains from their deck. There's something they can do. 2 mana. Maybe something else to foretell? I almost wonder if this is like Turgid discard or something. But like I said, we're just gonna run out Omen of the Sea here. See what's going on, see what's up. We'll take one more Snookerford Island, but we don't want the second. Here's a Nyx Lotus. That's very nice. We're gonna play that now. I don't think whatever they have is gonna be, artifact destruction. So it is possible. They do have like that fracture card from Strixhaven, and they can destroy artifacts, enchantments. So they're eyeing it. It's scary. I hope they don't have it right now. Okay, phew. A little scared. Alright, let's see what they have though in store. They can have 5 mana. Okay, Turgid's Lantern. It is in fact Turgid. That's what I don't know if I would say afraid of, but mindful of, we'll say. And play a Plains. Alright. So what we can do here, go Snookerford Island, play Manifestation Sage into Manifestation Sage. Is this weak to a board wipe? We're just going to solve the equation now. Bounce their Lantern. Get that extra turn. We'll bounce their Lantern. It'll then foretell the Epiphany so they can't make us discard it. So they're probably going to kill the Manifestation Sage to deny me the 4 mana. Oh, they play the Lantern again. Okay. I guess they could play a land and, like, drain the cup on the Sage or a Heartless Act on the Sage. They do have another land. Lose 3 life. Yadwick. Old Gaddy. Just gonna hit them for, or attack for 7 anyway. We'll see what they do. See what they block. Okay, they do block the 5/5. So you can Gadway for 3. And then have still enough mana for the Epiphany. I guess we play the Pledge Mage first, because that's free. Then we Gadwig for 3. Make the Epiphany. 2 mana shy. That's probably lethal. Helpy God. Haven. Okay, yeah, we do it. On a blue aggro, doing some work.